Hello everybody! In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the newest addition to our Toy Story Christmas train. This is the Lionel O scale Toy Story Woody Walking Brakeman boxcar. So this boxcar is kind of an additional accessory piece to the Toy Story Pixar train set that we bought last year to go around our Christmas tree. We picked this boxcar up at a recent trip up to Charles Rowe Supply Company in Malden, Massachusetts, and we paid $86.95 for it. The original Toy Story train set comes with a Toy Story themed locomotive and tender, which is driven by Woody. And then there is a gondola that has Jessie and Bullseye kind of doing rotations around the inside of that gondola. There's a silver Buzz Lightyear themed boxcar, and there is a Bunny and Ducky themed caboose. So this boxcar is again, kind of a Woody and Jessie and Bullseye themed boxcar that says Howdy Partner on it. So it should be a fun addition to the railroad. So we're going to do an unboxing. I think there's a tiny bit of assembly that we have to do with this, and then we'll take it for a run on the railroad. All right, so far a well-packaged thing here. So we got the boxcar, and then now we have the little Woody that's taped into the blister packaging there. And he's well packaged in a little plastic envelope. And there's a quick look. We'll take a detailed look at it, but there's a quick look. Now, like I said, there was just a little bit of assembly here, and there's no instructions with it, I don't think, but it's pretty self-explanatory here. We'll just pull the Woody out of the package here. It's actually taped up pretty good. All right, and there's Woody. He's quite tiny and probably a little bit delicate. Now, if we look at the bottom of his feet, it's probably, oh no, it's right up in his crotch up there. You can see there's a little slot up there, and that is going to fit right onto that post that you see on the piece of rolling stock itself. So there's a little post there. There's going to be some action that happens with this car. I suspect that he is going to traverse back and forth in that little track across the top there, and maybe spin. I'm not sure yet, though. We'll certainly find out. But in the meantime, let's put him on the top of that car and see how it looks. So obviously, you just plug him, you just line up the slot with the crotch there, the little slot in his bottom of his crotch there, and then just make sure it's securely fastened, and then I think we're good to go. Okay, so let's take a detailed look at the Toy Story Woody Walking Brakeman rolling stock. So you can see from the side here, it's a pretty bright, kind of cheery looking boxcar here. Its base color here is like a royal blue, and then you can see on the door side here, the Pixar yellow. This is all kind of typical, I think, Pixar color palette, I guess. It says Pixar, Disney Pixar Toy Story. Now this sliding door looks like it's on a track on both ends, or on both upper and lower, and it looks like it wants to slide, but when we were playing around with it, that door will not kind of open just by sliding it. So we don't want to force it. So I suspect that when we put it on the track and run it, that there's probably some kind of a mechanism for that door. I'm not sure, but we'll take it out on the track, we'll run it, and we'll see. But for now, like I said, this does look like it's supposed to do something. You can see it kind of sliding back there, but it's stopped. It has stops on it. So we'll see what happens when we put it on the track. Like I said, we don't want to force it without really knowing. So anyway, we'll continue along here. So on the right, we have a graphic of Woody, Jessie, and Bullseye riding in what looks like a little desert background and a little darker blue paint job here. So you can see that kind of, if that were a city, that would be the skyline, but it's kind of a desert skyline, I guess, with the cactus. And then in this Western kind of font there, it says, "Howdy, partner," which is kind of cool, very fitting, I guess. So anyway, as far as details goes, this is all plastic construction, and then stamped into the plastic is the ladder work on the end of the boxcar. Lots of rivet work here that you can see in the little panels and so forth. And then below here, in the trucks, there's the suspension, and there's some, you can see those silver springs in there. There's some live springs in there, it looks like. Or maybe they're kind of contacts for the electrical, but I think those are suspension springs there. Lionel stuff tends to be pretty good quality. So, and then of course you can see the Woody across the top. Now, one thing about the assembly of this, that Woody just dropped on the post. We didn't have to press him on there or anything like that, which is good, because you hate to press on these delicate parts and then take a chance on breaking it. But if you see where he connects to the where the Woody model connects to the post, all of that slot that kind of fits up into Woody's body there is definitely all taken up. So there's really no place to press it to. So just so you know that's, those parts look very delicate, but there's no pressing. It looks like it just sits right on top. So so just know that, so you don't take a chance on breaking either Woody or the post. But other than that, yeah, pretty good detail on the side here, as you would expect. So let's give it a turn. Okay, and then this just looks like the end of a typical boxcar here. You've got this kind of horizontal ribbing down the end, another ladder feature stamped into the plastic, and then as typical for the Lionel stuff, you've got the knuckle coupler there on the end. Otherwise, not too much. The wheels are metal, so just so you know, that carries obviously the connectivity, the electricity from the track to power the mechanisms in there. So metal wheels always give a nice little heft to the car, and also they sound nice on the rails. But yeah, let's continue to turn. Okay, this side here is identical to the opposite side. And then again, we've got that door that looks like it wants to open, but doesn't really move. So again, we'll wait until we get it on the track and see if there's some, electrical feature for that door that we just don't know about yet. All right, let's give it another turn. Okay, this end of the car is fairly identical to the opposite end. You've got your knuckle coupler down here. The only difference is you got your brake wheel up here on this end of the car, and that's black plastic. And it contrasts nice with that royal blue color. So yeah, so let's bring it around full circle. All right, now we'll mention this, even though we're going to take a look at the top, we'll just mention this here. The Woody is facing in a certain direction there. Now I think we can take him off and just turn him around and then just drop him right back on that post. So obviously it looks like there's a track we'll see from the top. It looks like he's gonna traverse back and forth. Again, we don't know this yet because we haven't tried it out, but that's that's an educated guess right there. So you may have to turn him around depending on what direction that post initially moves. So you don't want him walking backwards on the top of the car unless you want him moonwalking. But yeah, so he'll just come right up and just flip him around based on what direction that post goes in when you put it on the track and give it a test. All right, let's take a look at the top and the bottom. Okay, so we'll take Woody off here for the view on the top, but you'll see here, just for the car details, you see all the panels. You can see the walkway down the center, and then the little walkways on the corners here where the ladders would come up. So good detail there. And then the one that probably the most interesting feature here is this little slot and the circles in the holes on either end that are cut into the top of the roof. So obviously we're expecting him to traverse back and forth across that, and maybe those holes are there for a spin move, maybe. I guess we'll have to see. It'll be a surprise to us too, and we'll all be looking at this at the same time, seeing it for the first time together. So that'll be fun. And then of course the post here. That post it's a round post. Oh no, the post is kind of flat, but there is kind of a very skinny slot, and that's again, not to belay the point, but that's the little slot that Woody will sit on. So just to give you a close look of that. But that's the top. All right, let's take a look at the bottom. Okay, taking a look at the bottom here, there's not too much detail down here. There's a little switch here on and off. I assume that is going to control the motion on the car. Otherwise, the other remarkable features down here, again, you got these nice solid wheels. These wheels are always so kind of very heavy looking on these Lionel rolling stock cars. Again, they just sound great on the track. They're loud, but they sound great. You have down here, you get your contact roller for that for that middle rail there on the Lionel track, and you get that on both trucks. And you can see your contacts here, your metallic contacts for electrical connectivity, and you've got the wires, so you can see the wires. So you can kind of see how that connectivity works there with the two wheels, the center roller, and all that. There's a little spring-loaded screw here, which I believe is just kind of goes into the that kind of fits in with the looks like with the coupler there. So that's all for suspension, I suppose. And then if he tilts this down, you can look on the inside, you can see those springs in the suspension there. Now I don't know if those are just there for looks to make it look more detailed. I don't see how those move or how they actually contribute to any of the support there, because they're between two static pieces of plastic there, so I'm not sure how that I think they're probably just there for looks and to make it look like a quality suspension. But if anybody knows any different, leave it in the comments. So anyway, that is the bottom. Oh, of course we got our Disney Pixar stamping there, our branding stamping, and then the part number or the the item number there, also painted in white on the bottom. And then if you tilt it up, I can't quite read it. Yeah, there's some manufacturer information stamped there as well. That's the Lionel stamping there. So yeah, so that's the bottom, just to give you a look. All right, so there it is, the Toy Story Woody Walking Brakeman rolling stock by Lionel for the Pixar Toy Story train set. So like I said, we're going to go up and run it on the layout under the tree, and we're going to watch the mechanics for the first time along with you. So we'll be seeing it for the first time as well. So let's go check it out.
to round us up an adventure. Sheriff Woody. Time to round us up an adventure. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.